This is a impromptu live. I did not tell anybody I was gonna go live, but I'm here live because it is Earth Day, and I forgot. I didn't even realize what day it was until this morning. So I thought we'd do a fun little Earth Day painting. We're not planting today. But yeah, so that's what I thought we'd do. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a couple more people to pop on. I know I'd probably, sorry, I just ran up the stairs, so I'm like, I know I probably should be telling people when I'm about to go live more often, but I don't. Because sometimes it's an impromptu kind of thing like this. All right, so now I'm watching you guys here. Hello, newcomers. I wanted to just do a really fun floral earth painting for Earth Day. My room is so messy. I'm just realizing this. Okay, so if you're here, you can say hello, and feel free to ask any questions during this. And yeah, so anyway, sorry, I'm getting messages. Hi guys, hello. Okay, so one thing I did want to show you today before we get into the painting. So if you want to paint with me, you can definitely do that. Get out your paints. I'm just going to be using Etchr's watercolor paper, and I drew a circle using like a pot to trace a circle. So if you want to set up while I'm talking, you can definitely do that. But I got something really cool from someone who is a fellow artist, and she's on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop, and she sent me this handmade amazing brush holder, and I wanted to share it with you guys. She's based out of Hong Kong, but I don't know why I haven't seen anyone else come up with this design yet, or maybe there has, but it's not as familiar. But I always tell you, like, the best brush care for all your paintbrushes is to have them hanging upside down to dry. I have always just let mine, you know, dry on the paper towel horizontally, because I didn't really have anything. I think you could use, like, I've heard of people using like a clip like this with a bigger brush somehow and clipping it to something. But ideally, you want them hanging upside down. So this girl from, oh my gosh, I wrote down the name. Disegnalice. I'll link all of her stuff below after I do the live. She makes these handmade brush holders, which are amazing. So the lid comes off like this, and I'll show you the lid, and it has these little plastic things where you just shove your brush in there and it holds it, and you just put it in the jar, and it's full of holes so that water can drain out. You can just put it on paper towel or like a cloth or something like that. And so after you're done using your brush, you just pop it in one of these things, and it holds 12 brushes. There's some bigger holes, and then there's some smaller ones for some smaller brushes. But it's so genius, because the best brush care, you should be putting them upside down to dry, and I never do that. But like, that's what they ask you to do, because if you have them drying like this, the water, once you've used your brush, the water will seep into the ferrule, and all the glue that is holding the bristles to the ferrule and the ferrule to the handle could come loose, or especially over time. So that's why also you don't leave your brush in water. That can also damage the bristles. But ideally, you want to hang your brush upside down to dry. So you just get this thing. I'll show you even a really small brush in the smaller hole, like that. And you just have it here. Like, how smart is that? And then after, if you're done with your brushes and they're all dry and you just want to display them nicely, you can put them that way, and it's the cutest little holder. So I'm gonna put her socials down below after I'm done the live, and her Etsy shop, because she makes these by hand, and they're beautiful, and it's just so smart. So that is that. I'll do a little thing on my Instagram with this too, and I will put the information there, because this is such a great idea. I can't believe I haven't seen more of these around, and if you have, let me know if you have. But I honestly, I have not seen this product anywhere else around, and it's genius. Okay, so if you missed that, you can definitely rewatch this live and see. So, okay, like I said, we are going to be painting an earth, a floral earth. I haven't done this. I don't know what it's going to look like. But yeah, we're just going to kind of wing it. I have kind of like a reference of what the map on the earth of like North America / Central South America will kind of look like. It's not going to be exact, guys, because that would take too long. But we're just going to kind of make it loose and fun and just awesome for Earth Day, because I just realized it was Earth Day and I feel like I should have done more. I wanted to plant stuff with my son for Earth Day, but a lot of things are closed in Ontario right now because it's crazy. So let me just see what you guys are saying. Anything. Brush holder's awesome. Yes. And I'll mention it at the end too. Okay. So I'm going to switch you guys around. Feel free to ask questions during. I will try my best to answer them. So let's just switch you guys around. You guys can see my setup. Oh, I painted rocks for my neighborhood too. Okay. And I'm going to turn my light on, so hopefully you guys can see better. Hi to you in the Philippines, in Idaho, everywhere. That's awesome. Okay, so for this painting, I'm actually going to zoom in a bit closer. Hi to you in North Dakota. I'm using Etchr's watercolor paper for this because it just works the best. And I just cut it out into like a square shape. And like I said, I just took a pot. You could use a plate, tape, whatever you have, however big you want your earth to be, just to trace a circle outline. And it's very, very light because I don't want pencil marks underneath. And I need to make sure that my computer stops shutting off because I want to see the design. I'm using my Winsor Newton Professional Watercolors, and then I have my Princeton snap brushes here. Let's go back to our old ones because why not? It's been a while since I've used these bad boys, and they're still a great option. I've been using my Craftimo brushes a lot, and I love, love, love them. And I'm working with the company to do my own brush line. And they have great brushes, but people are like, oh no, do you like these better than your snap ones? And you know what? They're very similar, and I think that's why I like them. But they're both great. So yeah, don't worry. I do love my snap ones. So if you have Princeton Snap, that's a great option too. Okay. So I'm thinking, my thought process for this is I'd like to do some like wet on wet for the water. Like I wonder if I should outline or do the florals first. Do you think I should do blue underneath? Nah, let's do the florals first. So I'm going to try and do florals in the general shape of kind of the earth. So I would get out a map or something that you could look at just to look at the shape, the general shape. Doesn't have to be completely correct. And I'm just going to try my best to outline North America here. And you can outline whatever country or a continent you live on. Whatever works the best for you, do it. This is just a fun little tutorial. I feel like that's already too big. I suck at doing maps. I tried to do a map one time and it was awful. Hi to you guys from all around the world. Someone just said that there's so many people here from other places. This is so cool. My grandpa was watching one time because he likes to watch my show, as he calls it. And he was like, I didn't realize that your show broadcasted all over the world. And I'm like, yeah, Poppy, of course it's YouTube, it's the internet. And he's like, that's amazing. He thought it was like the coolest thing in the world, which, you know what? It really is the coolest thing in the world. So I'm just trying to outline the general shape. Oh my God. And please don't get offended if I don't do it properly or I miss a country maybe you're from or something. It's so hard to do. But yeah, let everybody in the comments know where you guys are from. Here's Florida. I know that's Florida. This is the States. I'm up here in Canada. I know that. I'm not great at geography. I also haven't left North America before. So hopefully one day, I can. I would love to go to Europe. Love to go to Europe. My family, like my My grandparents and stuff are from England and, you know, Ireland and all those places. So I'd love to go there one day, but we'll see. We will see if I'll ever make it there. Hopefully. COVID's kind of restricted anybody's. I've been to Cuba. That's about it. Cuba and the States. But also my son really wants to go to Japan. So if anyone's here from Japan, any travel tips, I would love to go to Japan because that's like one of the best art capitals of the world. I find they have some of the best art supplies ever. And I would love, love, love to go to Japan. So that's a dream. And my son really wants to go there because they have a really cool Universal Studios Japan. And they have like a Mario World. Okay, I feel like that's like a decent, I know it's hard to see, but I would love to go to UK. So many places I'd love to go that are not here. Okay, so I'm just erasing a little bit just so I can kind of see the outline, but not really. Okay. And I think there's some Great Lakes here. Wonder if I should miss those. I mean, I am close to the Great Lakes, so I feel like I should pencil those out. That's really high up. I don't know what I'm doing. I live right up here in Ontario. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Am I a Muslim? I am not a Muslim. I don't really practice any religion, to be honest. But I was baptized Anglican, if that makes a difference. I don't know. But I don't get into faith and all that stuff on here because this is about painting. Okay, let's start painting. Okay, I'm gonna do just bright florals because we need a little bit of that in our lives. So I'm gonna go to my go-to pink, maybe a little bit of yellow. Sorry you guys can't see me mixing. And I'm just gonna start off with like little rows over here. Is it blurry? Hopefully the connection's not too bad. Okay, it's not blurry for you. Okay, just making sure it's not blurry for everybody. Let's do another little rose. Never done this painting, so we'll see if it turns out. I have a video coming out tomorrow too. This was really like last minute impromptu kind of, oh, let's paint something for Earth Day, so that's what I'm doing. It'd be helpful to zoom in a little bit more. I just want to make sure that you guys can see my palette too if I mix. Yeah, the drawing is light. I made it light on purpose, just so you don't see it underneath the watercolor. I'm gonna grab a bit of green so I can do a couple of color bleeds. It's actually really different to use these brushes after not using them for so long. I'm used to the Craftimo brushes, which are a bit more stiff actually, but I really like them. Let's do more of like yellowy, maybe orange. I don't know. Now we're just kind of winging it. Some of them may not even look like flowers, but that's okay. Yes, change the quality if it seems blurry. I feel like a lot of people don't know this too. If my videos are ever blurry, you go to like the settings button. It could be at the top or the bottom of the screen, And if you change the quality to like 1080p or what is it, 1080, something like that, it dramatically increases the quality of your picture. Sometimes I forget to do that and I'm like, oh yeah, this is so much better this way. I'm planning to fill in a bunch of these smaller areas with smaller flowers after. So I'm just getting the big ones in first. I feel like maybe I should have done a different color for all of these to go with the blue water after. But I don't know, we'll see. And if you guys end up doing this painting, put it on Instagram and tag me. I'd love to see your Earth Day. Oh, someone's at the door. And my dog's freaking out because that's what he does best. My dog's such a butthead. Anytime someone knocks, but that's most dogs, right? Hope it's a package for me. I love my dog, but man, is he silly sometimes. He's not the brightest, I'll tell you that. He's very cute, but not the brightest. So feel free if you guys have any questions, I will try my best to answer, because right now you're just sitting and watching me paint some random flowers. And I feel like that could be a bit boring. Okay, let's get more maybe orangey as we move further down. Does anyone else feel like, well, life in general is just like a blur right now? Like, I feel like, I don't even know, just the world, I can barely remember what day of the week it is. Also, I'm at home with a toddler all day, so it feels like everything's a blur. But it's just, I don't know, things are closed down where we are, so just feels like every day is the same. Which is why it's nice to get a break and kind of come on YouTube and chat with people. And the dog sounds like a large one. Yes, he's a 90-pound Bernedoodle, Bernese Mountain Dog and Poodle. And the brush size I'm using is a size 6 Princeton snap brush. And I'm using, what's it called? Arches watercolor paper. For anyone that missed that. And I just traced a circle onto my paper for the world. Okay, and I'm just plotting in bigger flowers to start. How long is lockdown? Who knows? Honestly, we've been in so many different lockdowns. But this one is, I feel like, the most, not severe, except for the beginning, but it's very similar to the way it was when COVID first hit over a year ago. They've locked a lot of things down. So we're just kind of all hanging out in our houses. Only essential things are open, which is fine. You know what? I just wish this happened sooner, because I feel like people got too comfortable going out and seeing people, and it just really messed up a lot of things for us, because now our numbers are insane. We don't have enough vaccines, and it's just really upsetting. So I would like to get back to normal, even though I feel like I don't even remember what normal is anymore. It's so sad. I feel like my son doesn't even remember a time before he could go and see people, or before this. He doesn't remember what it's like going and having a play date or going to a play group. It's very upsetting, but you know, we're hanging in there. Just mopping this one up a bit. It's a little weird. But we're good. We're in a good spot. I feel very blessed. You know, my husband and I both do our jobs from home anyway. We don't need daycare or anything, and we're just staying home and keeping safe with each other. So I know there's so many other people that are frontline workers that are really struggling, and our thoughts are with them every day, because I don't know how they're doing it. Does this look like a map yet? Okay, I'm gonna plot in some more leaves. I'm gonna get some yellow to mix with my green to make it a bit brighter, vibrant green. I'm just gonna do little leaves. I feel like I should have left some more spots for like the Great Lakes, but I didn't. It's okay. Oh, I need to see the map. See if I'm anywhere close. I feel like it's not too bad. Just trying to plot in some other greens. It's actually not that bad. You take your dogs to daycare once a week? I wish. My poor dog, although he has fun playing with my son. He has a toddler to pull his ears and play fetch with. Looks like North America? Good, that's what it's supposed to be. And again, you can do whatever part of the world you want. You don't have to do North America. You can do wherever you are. Just get that part of the map as a reference. Unless you don't need a reference, then you're a rock star. But I suck at this kind of stuff, so I needed a map. I'm gonna do the center of this flower. A bit more orangey. I feel like I could do a little bit more down here too. Maybe a bit of darker. I think that's pretty decent. Now I'm trying to think of how I want to go in with the water, because I feel like I want to do some like wet on wet, but I don't actually know. I know there's more like up here too, but I'm so bad at drawing the little things. I'll just do like little bits of pink and stuff. Little parts of the Arctic and stuff, you know, those places that I clearly don't know. I'm awful at geography, and I wish I don't even remember really learning much about geography in school, but I wish I knew more. I need to look at a map better. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do one side at a time. I'm gonna grab my bigger brush, my size 12. And sorry, I'm just trying to read the comments too. And I'm just going to take a little bit of turquoise, because I think I'm going to go for more of a turquoisey water to start. And I'm just taking a really light wash just so I can see it. And I'm just going to go around the edge of the earth on one side. Try my best to stay on the line or in the line. Okay, I'm just adding more water to my brush as I bring it closer to the flowers. And then eventually I'm taking all the water off my brush and I'm moving it closer so it's lighter in pigment. Because I want it to be almost like a really, really light blue, but almost white as I get closer to the landmass. Okay? Like that. Then I'm going to go back in with more pigment, and I want it darker further away from the landmass. I want to let it bleed. Like that, and just slowly, I'm going to wash off my brush, dry it, and then slowly move it down because I want that lightness. Maybe I'll add a bit of green too. What do you guys think? So it's more like a turquoisey water. And then move it back a bit. Okay, and now I'm going to take some ultramarine, or actually maybe even indigo, nice dark blue, and I'm going to tap it on the outer circle. I'm just going to tap it coming closer. I don't want it too close. I just want it a little bit darker the further away from the land. Like that. Okay. Wonder if I should go darker or not. I don't know yet. Maybe a little bit darker. I'm just tapping it because I want it to have those fun like bursts of color. I don't want it to be too flat of a gradient. We'll see. Maybe I'll do two, what's it called? You know, layers. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do this side because I only want to do little bits at a time because I want to make sure it stays wet. So again, with my light wash, even taking more pigment off my brush. So I want it really light towards, I'm just going to move my brushes. I'm folding my paper towel in half because it's soaking wet. I feel like I was saying something, but I don't remember. It's all good. And I feel like this can be a little bit lighter up here anyway too because it's the Arctic, right? Grab a little bit of that greenish color and the darker color. I feel like it should be lighter up there. Okay, now we're gonna do this side. I'm just gonna go in with that really light color. Sorry if I'm not looking at the comments. Crucial moment of wet on wet here. There's so many places I'd love to go in the world. I want to go to Australia, New Zealand. Hopefully I get to take my son to those places. I never traveled as a kid. We didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't go many places, which is granted. My mom was a single mom, working to raise me on her own, which I'm so grateful for everything she did. But I haven't really traveled much in my life, so I'd love to be able to go to a lot of these places and take Noah. And he would love it too. Okay, now that green. And then the darker blue. One of the hardest parts is just trying to keep it all rounded. Moving that blue in. Okay, and then I'm going to grab some indigo, make it darker, just adding a bit more water to my brush. Letting it bleed. More darker indigo. Too much water on my brush. I feel like I should add like some water droplets in the water to kind of push away the pigments and make them look a little bit like waves, but I'm a little nervous too. But I feel like I'm just going to try it anyway. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of water. Yeah, and push it kind of along the lines. Where the land is, and that will just push the pigment back a bit. I'm going to grab some more turquoise and green. Just kind of drop it in there too. And those like weird bloomy areas that we usually try not to do, I'm kind of trying to make that happen in the water because I want a bit of texture. I don't want it to just be flat. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be flat water. I want it to look like it has a little bit of texture and movement to it. And a little bit more darkness. I feel like I could add a little bit more water down here. Or like wet, yeah, in the middle. We'll see what this looks like when it dries. I don't really know. Wonder if I should do more up there. Okay, I'm just looking at some of your comments while you guys can just look at this dry for a second. Your paper doesn't spread out the paint like mine does. It was a gift from a friend. Yeah, so not all paper will react like this, and I've done a few tutorials or videos on how important paper is. And the cheaper the paper, like if it's not 100% cotton, it's not going to absorb the water and the pigment the same way. So that could definitely be an issue. I feel like I'm going to do this part again. Of why your paint's not spreading the same. It might just be sitting on top. Also, I have a video coming out on Monday and Wednesday all about, what's it called? Wet on wet. There we go. And that might explain a bit more too of why certain things work out and some things don't. You might have too much water on your brush. There's like lots of factors of why it might not work. So I just wanted to, it's not always you, but there's a lot to learn. I don't know. I feel like hopefully I'm not missing too much here. I feel like I should make some of the flowers a little bit brighter. I don't know. Just popping some yellow in there. I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how this dries and then decide. And if you came on a little bit later than when I started, I'm going to show you, another artist sent me a brush holder that she makes. So I'm just going to say this again in case you missed it. So when I've talked about brush care in the past, and if you want your brushes to last a long time, the most ideal way for you to let them dry is hanging upside down. So the water drains out of whatever might be in the ferrule. So this is the ferrule. So sometimes when we paint or we stick our paintbrush in the water, the ferrule gets wet, which is fine. But for drying, we want all that water to come out of the ferrule because we don't, the glue that holds the bristles to the ferrule and the ferrule to the handle can come loose, and which is why sometimes the ferrule will pop off your handle, especially with cheaper brushes. So ideally you want to hang your brushes upside down to dry. I don't even do that just because I never really had anything to do that with. So I always laid them down flat on my paper towel to dry. But an artist and a girl who makes these things on Etsy sent me this. And it's a brush holder, and it's one, it's beautiful, and two, super handy because, so it comes with this lid and it just rests on top, and the whole thing has holes. So all you have to do is, like, I'm done with this brush, stick it in the lid, and it's hanging upside down. The bristles are not touching the bottom. You can bring it up a little bit so you can make sure it does not touch the bottom in there. You don't want it, you never want to let your brush dry bristles down resting on something, because then your bristles will dry like that and it can damage the bristles. So you would ideally like it hanging, so just make sure it's up high enough. And it just hangs in the water cup, and any water can drip down. You can just put it on a paper towel. But like, this is so genius. I can't believe I haven't seen more products like this in the past. It's crazy because it's so smart. But I'm going to link her shop down below and her socials so you can see. She makes them by hand in Hong Kong, and they're great. I'm just going to add some water. I want to do that effect again. Oops, I have hair on my brush. Let's see if I can push back some of the water to get more texture. Maybe not. I don't know if that looks good or not. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Abort, abort. I don't know if that looked good. It's gonna blend it all out. Blend it all out while it's still, oh, and I dropped a big thing of water thing, wet. Just blending it back out, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know, do you guys see anything else that I should do with this painting? I feel like maybe the flowers could be a bit brighter, but I don't know if that's just because there's hair on my paper. Does that happen to other people? I feel like my hair is everywhere. I'll get it when it's dry. It's fine. It's part of me. And there you go. There is our earth painting. Just gonna look at some of the comments. I think that's good though. I don't know if I should add some more detail or not. Or a bit more orange. Make it a bit more vibrant. I don't know. I feel like it's looking a little less vibrant. I wonder if I should fill in the little white bits behind. I don't know. What do you guys think? Make the flowers stand out a bit more. What time is it? 2:39. Okay. Adding some more greenery. Trying to brighten it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna turn you guys around so you guys can see my face. Hi. Okay, so I have my iPad right here so I can see your comments because it's kind of hard to keep up with the comments on there. You don't really see them as much. But yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit. Once, uh-oh. There we go. Okay. It froze for a second. Once it dries a bit more, maybe I'll go back and see. But yeah, that's our little Earth Day painting. Just seeing if I missed anything. I don't want to just sit here and make you watch me looking at comments. I always feel so awkward doing live sometimes just because I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys must be so bored. But yeah, another fun way to do that without the florals is just do the outline and then do wet on wet for the green, like for the land part too, and then add little bits of brown or yellow and green and just watch them explode. I just realized all the mess you can see, like Easter eggs and stuff. Let's sit in front of here. This is how I usually film, in front of the mess, so you guys don't see it. Okay, but yeah, I think that's about it. And that was a fun little craft to do. I've also been painting rocks, which I'm gonna put out around the neighborhood because that's what people have been doing. I think they've been doing that through the whole pandemic. I'm gonna be putting the link to this once I'm done my live, because I can't do it right now. But once I'll put down all of my materials and everything after I get off. But yeah, I've been painting like rocks and stuff to put around the neighborhood. Just like fun little, drop it on my foot. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Little rainbows and stuff to spread cheer. But yeah, that is about it. And thank you guys for watching my live. And I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little Earth Day painting. I feel like it needs to be a bit more bold. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it, but that's about it. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thursday. Is that Thursday? I don't know. Earth Day. And I will see you guys tomorrow in my next video.